you guys, it's Margaret, and I am bringing you a little bit of a different kind of video today. This is the top 10 ways I turn my mood around. I get a lot of comments, which I love, about how my videos are, silly, and they make people laugh and smile, and honestly, that means the world to me. I know that I can get goofy. I know that I can get silly. But really, when I look at the comments and somebody has said, oh my gosh, I was having such a bad day and I watched your video and it really cheered me up. That's what kind of keeps me going sometimes. Like, oh man, I don't know. I really enjoy that. I like that I can be that for somebody. But I just wanted to kind of let you know that I'm not always up. Let's just put it that way. So there's going to be a little deeper part, and then I'll get to my list. So did I even tell you what this video is? I don't think I did. So I've made a list of the 10 things I do. Maybe I did tell you. I don't know. The 10 things that I do to turn my mood around when I am feeling low. Because here's the condensed version. I was not always a happy person. If you knew me in high school or even partway through college, you would know that I was, kind of mean, or I wouldn't say mean. Anyway, I was not a happy person, and I reflected that in the way I treated other people. And that went on for quite a long time, not a long time, but I'd probably say 6 or 8 years of my life where I was just not happy and really, it didn't come out that way at all. And let's see, how am I going to put this? So right around the time that Randy and I got together, my husband, I started having panic attacks. And I was one of those people that didn't believe panic attacks were real. I thought they were, people trying to get attention, or just like people overreacting to stuff. I was so compassionate. And then it happened to me, and I thought I was dying. And my whole world changed. That was like the pivot in my life, that I was like, there's something going on with me that I've got to get turned around. My life is not going the way I want. I'm not happy. I'm having panic attacks, random, and it was a daily occurrence. It was to the point where I was having panic attacks every single day, and, work, home, trying to get to work. It was just crazy. Luckily, that has passed in my life, and I haven't had one, knock on wood, in many, many years. But I started thinking, especially after getting comments from people like, you're always so happy, and I feel like I'm just rambling on. But anyway, I think you get where I'm going with this. I wasn't always this happy and this upbeat, and I'm not always, still to this day. Like this morning, I was having kind of a low morning, and I was just kind of like thinking about all the things I have to do today, and so it was just getting me down. Didn't sleep well. Just like all this stuff, like wrapping it all up, making me just, bleh. So anyway, I came up with a list to keep me on topic. So here's 10 things that I do to turn my mood around, because when I feel that way, it's like almost like a trigger now. As soon as I start feeling myself dip, and to be honest with you, the last week or two I've been feeling that dip a lot more. Won't go into that why, but anyway, that dip has been happening more frequently, and I feel it, and I'll just tell Randy, I'm feeling low, and I don't like this. I don't like feeling that way. Not that I have to be happy all the time, but it's like when I start, maybe it's like a red flag. When I start seeing that coming, I know where I've been, and I know I don't want to ride that roller coaster to crazy town again, for me, not you. So when I see that, and when I feel that in myself, I recognize it and try to do what I can to turn it around. I got to plug my thing in. Not at all reseller related, but I thought I would address it because I get a lot of comments about it. Okay, so number 1. The number one thing I do when I am feeling, well, not the number one thing, but it's the first thing I try. First thing is if I'm feeling low, I check myself. I look at, am I still in my nightgown at like 3 in the afternoon, which on Sundays, the answer is usually yes. But is that affecting me? So we say appearances shouldn't matter, but I find for myself that if I'm feeling low and I look over in the mirror and I'm looking all janky and I'm not that I have to look pretty all the time, but my skin has changed with age. I'm going to be honest with you. Or if the back of my hair cowlick is sticking up, then I might, take a look at myself and say, okay, first thing, let's take care of this. Just, I put on a little makeup. I might fix my hair. Not that there's much to do there, but just flatten it out, and put on some clothes. And usually that'll get me working in the right direction. So the first thing I do is check myself and see, how am I looking? If I see myself in the mirror after when I'm washing my hands, do I see myself and go, ugh. Okay, so that's the first thing that I do. Again, these are all things that I do. So take what you like, toss the rest, whatever. Okay, the second thing I do is I might make myself something to drink, which sounds weird, but it can cheer me up. So like this morning, I have got my coffee. Usually I drink it black. So I've got my coffee in my husband's Ohio State mug. And that can usually turn me around, or I'll make some tea, which doesn't happen quite as often as it used to, but I'll get myself a nice drink or a glass of ice water with some lemon or some fruit in it, that just like something to perk me up. So that's the second thing I do, a nice drink. After that, and the third thing I do is I might check out some music, some upbeat music to make me smile or dance or act silly. And that will sometimes get my mood turned around. But, sometimes you get to the point where it's just like, it's not happening. So the fourth thing I do when I am feeling, that low coming, or I'm in that low, is I find a movie or a show or something to make me laugh. You know me, I love the absurd. So anything weird, absurd. Mel Brooks for me is just, I love him. Spaceballs. And then a lot of older movies. Jack Lemmon is just genius, and Peter Sellers. Anything in that, goofy, silly area is just right for me. So those things will bring me up too, usually. The fifth thing is kind of different. The fifth thing I do, and I actually do this often before I even start a video. I'm digging in my makeup bag right now. Look, that's from CNC. I'm digging. It went to the bottom. So this is number 5 is scent. Scent can do a lot for you, which I think maybe is why the whole drink thing works for me, because the smell of coffee makes me happy. The smell of water with lemon or fruit in it makes me happy. I will often put on perfume. So I carry this in my purse. Then there's a billion different scents that you can do, or get a sample from the lady at the counter. And I just throw it in my purse. And if I'm out and I'm feeling kind of low, then I just take my perfume. And a lot of times that just perks me right up. And I have some that's like a peppermint one too, like aromatherapy ones. I make aromatherapy ones. So oftentimes I will use perfume. I can't even read what this says anymore. What kind it is. But it smells good. You want to smell? Smell it. It's nice. Florally. I like the florally, citrusy smells. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, even before I do a video, a lot of times I will take my perfume and put on some, I even put some breath spray. This is so funny. I can't believe I'm telling you this. I'll even make sure my breath smells nice. Like you could smell it. But mentally for me, I feel like I don't have to worry about it. I smell okay. My breath will not offend. We're good. Isn't that weird? But I do. Secrets behind the scenes. So we've done 5. Let's recap real quick. Appearance. I check myself. Get a little makeup on. Maybe get out of my night dress. It's not really a night dress. It's like a house dress. Just a dress that I bought at Target. It's meant for like wearing out, but it's like real stretchy and like comfy, but I just wear it around the house. So get out of my Okay. So one, appearance. I check my appearance. Two, I get myself a nice drink that smells good, coffee or lemony drink. Three, music, peppy music. Four, funny, silly, absurd movie or show. Five, scent. And then six is I check my environment. Now this is, for me, this is big because clutter drives me bananas. And if you could see my house right now, it is very cluttered. There are, it's not bad cluttered. I mean, I have piles over here and I've got piles over there of like the folded towels and laundry, but they're not put away and just clutter, And normally, like, I was telling my husband, I love the Christmas season, but for whatever reason, this season, the Christmas clutter around the house is driving me bananas. So to me, that tells me that my levels are getting up there and I'm on the, warning signs. So I'm going to have to check my environment, and where I might not be able to tackle it all, I think if I could just tackle some of it, I would feel like I accomplished something. So that was 6. Number 7 is make a plan. And that goes with my clutter partially. But when I start feeling like out of control, like I don't have a handle on things, that can start to send me down that road as well. So one, I pick an area in my house that I can clean or that I can straighten up, where I know it's like I don't have the time to attack the whole house. But today, my plan is to attack the bedroom because it looks like there was a sleeping, like a slumber party in there, which there kind of was because the kids were sleeping on the floor and there's blankets everywhere and just can't even walk through there. So I'm making that plan that, one, I can get to that today. I'm going to go clean that, just one area. And then another thing is to make a list. For me, I'm realizing I can't multitask really well. I can't hold the whole list of the things I need to do in my day in my head and not go crazy. So I make a list of, first I need to do this, then I need to do this. And then if I do something else, I write it on the list too, and then I cross it off too. So I feel like I have accomplished things. When I don't do that, or when I fall out of the habit of doing that, I find myself feeling a little more chaotic in life. But when I have that list, even if I don't follow it all the way, just having something that I'm drawing a line through, feeling like, I go back at the end of the day and say, I didn't do anything today. I was so unproductive. Blah, blah, blah. I can look at that and say, look, no, I did this and this and this. I put on my socks. Only I don't like to wear socks. So let's just take that off the list. I like to be barefoot as much as possible. And I know it's December, whatever, and I'm still wearing like my foamy fit flops, whatever. How did that come up? Anyway, list. These are, again, for me, that was 7. Number 8 is I revisit things that made me happy. So I might, that might mean looking at pictures, or it might mean going somewhere that made me happy, like a coffee shop that I enjoyed sitting at, if I was writing, or the bookstore. I go somewhere that makes me happy if I'm able to. So that's another one. I just noticed that workout's not on here anywhere. My husband would not approve. That's what he does. So see, everybody's different. He would go for like a 9 or 10 mile run and then he would be happy. But anyway, number 8 was revisit things that make you happy. And that's just, now I'm thinking about exercising and that does not make me happy, but I need to do it anyway, whatever. Okay. Number 9, I put call a friend or family member and hang out or just talk, and a lot of times also I'll just say, on my Facebook page, guys, I'm feeling low. Send me jokes and silly pictures. I need something. And you get some friends throwing some silly pictures your way and suddenly you're feeling not so bad. Or call a friend. Wait, don't go away. And just chat. You don't have to call them. Sometimes I want to call and just say, oh my gosh, my life, and complain. But I try to avoid that as much as I can. I don't know why. I just do. So call a friend, call a family member, hang out, do something together, go walk at the park, go I don't know, walk around the mall, whatever. But that's something else that I like to do. I'm, text a friend and phone a friend. And then number 10, when all else fails, chocolate. Right? I love the Ghirardelli like infused ones, like raspberry dark chocolate, or and for me, I just need 1 or 2 squares of that, and then it brightens my mood up. So that is my list of 10 things that I do to try to turn myself around, turn my frown upside down. And that's just, again, me. There's nothing wrong with having sad days. I mean, some days I just revel in it. It's usually on Sunday. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I always stay in my house dressed. That may have something to do with it. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope that's helpful. And again, it means a lot to me that the videos that I make often will cheer people up and bring a smile to your face. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you go out and enjoy yourselves. And I will talk to you later. Bye. So I don't look like this in the real world. Like, well, I do in the real world when I put makeup on, but gosh, I'm just like, okay, do over. Okay. So my first go-to. That was my coffee pot telling me I'm done. Coffee out. Where was I? Oh yeah. So